Rick from Pawn Stars, his laugh is literally just very atrocious. I don't mind the laugh itself. It's the context. It's usually, I feel like sometimes women snort. I mean, men do it too. And Rick from Pawn Star, he might as well be snorting. It's just wheezy, and he does it like around. I'm this is all speculation. I cannot say if this is fact or not. He does it, I feel like, in front of, like, he makes a dad joke, which is fine, but I feel like it really comes out when there's a woman that he'd like to probably fuck, really, and it adds a layer to the laugh. It makes me very wildly uncomfortable. I don't like it, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was in on the whatever Chumley was arrested for. That was predatory. Is that a word? Predatorial. Are those words? Predator like behavior. I wouldn't be surprised if Rick, the star of Pawn Stars, face laid down some hush money. He's like, okay, let me call my guy, and I am not going to jail for human trafficking with Chumley. On TV, I'm sure he's a dunce, but I'm sure it's just nasty, thorough, thought out plans, methodical. I mean, in a way, thank God Me Too's over, but I'm sure like those are the people that need to be canceled. Rick from Pawn Stars, he just laid out hush money. A lawyer who worked behind the scenes, didn't even have a high profile case. He owns the majority of that pawn shop. He's probably an executive producer on the credits. Some lawyer that Rick had to pay. He's like, Chumley can take the fall. He's the TV dunce. He's the dumb guy, and I don't think I'm hiding in plain sight. I don't think my weird laugh, which isn't truly weird, but it's the context. I don't like it. And he did a lot of hush money. Couldn't pay it all in cash, so he had to do assets. He had to give some of his contract to with A&E or History Channel, whatever the fuck Pawn Stars is on. And the lawyer was like, while you're at it, go ahead and throw my name as an executive producer or a producer. Let me get a credit. There's no chance I'm getting a high profile case. This is all going to fall in my lap. I'm getting a payday one way or another. Chumley will take the heat. That makes sense. He looks like a predator. And Rick, you don't check any of those boxes until you laugh after some joke, some bad flirt. I don't even want to know what the editing bay for that show is. Every editor on the show cutting it and Adobe Premiere just has tons and tons of footage of Rick. Like, he probably has some hand signal, and this is probably all off the camera stuff, some hand signal, gesturing, cut the cameras, go over to my son, Corey. I have another son, but somehow, I don't know. Get my dad sleeping in the office because we're going to the champagne room of our pawn store. I am going to take advantage of this woman. That's my theory. I have another theory that's kind of interesting. Cancel culture. I feel like Nardwuar, and I'm going to immediately take this theory back, but I feel like Nardwuar is the epicenter of cancel culture. Not really, and I take it back, but think about it. He knows everything. He's amazing at what he does, and everyone truly feels bad when the interviewee is mean to Nardwuar. He probably has dirt on you, and he doesn't do it. And when he dies, I hope he's really logging it all in, and he drops what everybody casually throws around, the Epstein list, the Diddy files. Where are you coming up with these nouns, list and files? We all want to know. We all want them released. People will die when these are released. I don't know if they will be released, but people will literally die. It is a dangerous game. Do they need protection? No. But there will literally be riots. List and file. I still can't get over that. Who coined that? I hope he's keeping a list. All agents, especially in the music community, all agents should take an onboarding class. One of the first things to say is if you're ever approached by this man, Nardwuar, he is very good at his job. He was ex-CIA, who still has a very high security clearance. He will get dirt on you. He won't say it, but does that freak you out? Does that put you on edge that he has dirt on you? If you are an awful human being, he has it. He knows the Epstein list and Diddy files it's up to Nardwuar. That is why these names have not been released. It's because they go to see him. He's saying, do, and nobody's saying, dude. You get Kash Patel in the room, Elon Musk, whoever, Trump. See, Nardwuar is a good person to have all this information because he likes to have fun still. It's not always serious. Stop taking yourself so seriously. If you want to know every pedophile who is very well known and famous, all you have to say is do after I do my part. And then it's all yours. It's all public information. Nardwuar has it. But all agents should take an onboarding class and say, hey, if you're a piece of shit, one day Nardwuar might snap. He hasn't. He has a 100 success rate of not snapping. He knew he was talking to a pedophile or a predator or human trafficker, and he didn't release that information even though he's being very rude. The predator, not Nardwuar. That's it. Just like that. There's going to be so many notches you got to go through to get these nouns like the Epstein list and the Diddy files. Nardwuar's one of them, 100%. I say that with conviction. Nardwuar is in charge of the dirtiest secrets of the famous. He is ex-CIA. Putin. Vladimir Putin, ex-KGB, and Nardwuar, probably ex-CIA, maybe others. They had a showdown. They would have had to. It only makes sense. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm wearing my hat backwards because I've been posting my historic run. Literally, these are new episodes for the last 5 days. Put on a different hat so when I post it on my story and my thumbnail, it looks a little different. I feel like people think I'm just posting the catalog. Like I did this before and I'm just showing it to you now. No, it is 100% new, done in the last 24 hours. So I decided to switch it up. Midst of a very, very historic run with Afternoon Glory. And the podcast is so young. I never did anything like this with half-completed thoughts. The most you got with half-completed thoughts is maybe 3-4 weeks in a row. I was able to post 2 episodes at a time in a week. But this is the first time I've ever done 7 in a week. Feels pretty good. Don't know I think I sort of understand the fascination with the Epstein list and the Diddy files, and I feel like a lot more liberals on the list, or we don't know for sure. The flight logs is the closest thing we have to the Epstein list. Thank you, Nardwuar. Is it just the reassurance of who we're looking up to in society, who we're putting on a pedestal in entertainment? I truly don't know. Like, yes, if somebody is a human trafficker, somebody's getting forced hand jobs and paying them and making them feel very weird and not giving them a voice, and it's just really sketchy. Everything the elite does, that's why I don't want to trust politicians. It's just all, especially Democrats, it's something's fishy going on. I get it. I say it on a daily basis. But what does it solve? Is it just the reassurance? I don't know. If the list came out tomorrow, yes, I would look. I don't know how I would feel. I don't know how many of us would feel if it came out and we're like, oh shit. There was an email exchange with Tom Hanks and Michael Jackson, and Tom Hanks said, shut the fuck up, you're taking the fall for Predator. I'm not. I fuck kid. Like, I don't know what it, like, I don't know, but the MAGA is really obsessed with the Epstein list, as they should be. They're the get rid of the deep state, and yes, they do want to not turn a blind eye of who we're putting on a pedestal, but that's simply not going to happen because MAGA does not take Nardwuar seriously. Nardwuar is the gatekeeper of said list and files, and if it's not Nardwuar, it's somebody in his camp or near his camp, but I'm pretty sure it's Nardwuar. Crazy thing is, if he does have dirt, if he truly came across something, became tight-lipped about it, and that's crazy. You also got because I don't think it's all solely Nardwuar. I think it's maybe another person and Nardwuar. They're all tight. Nobody whistle blew. If there was dirt, that's the big pretense. If there was dirt, but if there was, he's giving them a record of a band that they listened to in the third grade. It's quite impressive, really. I can't even put words to it. It's very awesome, wholesome. It's like the definition of turning a blind eye. Yeah. That's cool. I think it's also more, I don't know if it's historically, but it was a lot of budding rappers who are just maybe haven't really peaked yet. So they haven't had time to really get caught up in whoever is controlling the Democrats and then trickling down from there with Clinton or an Epstein-like or Diddy-like person. So it kind of makes sense if he's never found dirt, but it is interesting. Like that's like juicy political, like in the heat of being an A-lister or massive musician. But if it's like you accidentally killed somebody and your family was able to make it go away with hush money and sell 3/4 of their Pawn Stars and give them a producer credit, that's funny if a lawyer was like, yeah. You can't pay me. Well, you got access to this TV show. Go ahead and give me a producing credit. That's just I don't know why that's hilarious to me, but it is. Yeah, it's fine. You can't pay X million dollars, or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just go ahead and throw my name as a producer, and that'll cover a fraction of the bill. Guys, truly, I really wanted to talk about, it's the holiday season, and you're probably traveling, or you could be traveling, and it's defeating. It's not fun. Nobody likes to travel. Many people add 2 days to their vacation, one travel day, another travel day. One way there, one way back. And when you travel, just be resourceful. Please be able to form a thought. Please be able to form basic awareness and investigating skills where you use context clues and just be kind. Even if you don't agree, be kind. Move forward. It's not worth it. Even if you do voice your frustration to the offender, what does it do? If anything, it's delaying time in your travel day. Just point A to point B. If you yell at somebody, what does it do? It doesn't do anything. It feels good for a moment. Maybe you needed that win. Maybe you truly think you won. You yelled at an old woman who was standing on the moving sidewalk or the runway. What was that thing called where it's a flat escalator? An old woman, and you just said, fuck off, and you're a piece of shit, and you're going to die soon. But it doesn't do anything to be gross, and I just pray to God that you have a phone and you use it correctly. Don't get into any unmarked vehicles from the airport, or else you're going to end up waking up to Rick Harrison's, I don't even know if that's his last name. I'm going off a hunch. Rick Harrison's wheezing, and it's going to be worse than waking up to a stranger that is 2 miles away from a more violent offender to harvest your organs or put you in sex trafficking. I don't know. Situational awareness. Take stock. Get off your phone. I don't know. I'll see you tomorrow for day number 6 of this historic epic run, ladies and gentlemen. Rick Harrison and Nardwuar certainly stole the show. Thank you.